So, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming here. My name is Rajesh Gopal. I've now been involved with TIE for a couple of years, and I can tell you one thing. For a lot of events that I've been part of, this one, I can sense the difference, right? I think there's a lot of excitement that is palpable. And all of that is really building up to TIE Global Summit 2023 coming up in Singapore, and of course, TIE Global Summit coming up in Bangalore and Mysore and other parts of Karnataka next year, right? Now, what are we here for? We are in a room, it's well appointed. We have already the curtains drawn up, and we are here right now to actually do a curtain raiser for the TIE Global Summit in Singapore. Now, I want to start by first, is there a video that we want to get played? Are we ready? In which case we can get started with the video, which is what we are trying to fix. Maybe we'll get that done. We have a very special guest here with us this evening. We have Amit, who's the president of TIE Singapore. He's also on the Global Board of Trustees. He's actually flown in all the way from Singapore to be with us today, right? So please put your hands together for Amit. Can I request Amit to come here and kind of quickly give us a glimpse of what lies in store for us, in November this year?
Well, thank you so much for having me here, and I'm very honored to be a special guest. I was hoping to invite you all as special guests to Singapore. That's why I'm here. So, and look, I really want to thank everyone for coming together this evening on very short notice. I think this is the power of TIE. I think the ability to pull us all together and move in this direction. I want to give first of all, big thanks to Madan and the leadership team of TIE Bangalore for not only pulling this together, but also being a very key partner in this journey and this movement that we're going to drive together. So, and of course, as part of that, very grateful to KDEM and the government of Karnataka for being big supporters of TIE, not just in Bangalore, but all over the world. We saw you in Silicon Valley, you're coming to Singapore, we're very grateful. And then of course, a very big thanks to our platinum sponsors, We Founders Circle, Neeraj, Gaurav, and your team. You've been big supporters of TIE as well through the many years. In fact, I don't think having you as a platinum sponsor was an option. I think it's a permanent fixture of TIE. So very grateful to wherever you guys are. So, I think I'm here predominantly because, we want to make sure that when we run the TIE Global Summit, what is the core objective? TIE Global Summit is TIE's one asset where it's not defined by any chapter. It's defined by the collective strength of TIE. And it's one opportunity for us to bring the best of our thoughts collectively from around the world, whether they're entrepreneurs, whether they're funders, investors, or enterprise innovators, who can actually help shape the future of entrepreneurship. So for us, it's more than just an event, it's a movement. We look at it as a movement, and the theme this year in Singapore is #GoodForTheWorld. And a lot of people ask me, like, why #GoodForTheWorld? Is it all ESG centric? I said, well, ESG is a very, very noble thought, and we want to make sure that the world moves more in that direction. But at the same time, it has a bigger meaning. And the meaning is that entrepreneurship itself is good for the world. Because entrepreneurship finds some of the best solutions to some of the biggest challenges we face today as a planet. Whether it comes to driving inclusion, whether it's about sustainability, whether it's about making sure that we take everyone along on the journey. So that's the theme for this year. We have a lot happening. Where do I even begin? when you get so caught operationally in the weeds, sometimes it's hard to take your head out and start to look at all that's going on, and we forget how many people are actually involved in pulling all this together, and not just folks from Singapore, folks here from Bangalore, folks from around the world. I'm so grateful to the TIE community for really pulling this together. So our core objective is, from a Bangalore standpoint, we want to make sure that this is not just a flight to TGS Singapore, this is a return flight to Bangalore, right? So we want you all to come to Singapore. We want to drive that corridor between Singapore and Karnataka. I think there is absolutely no doubt that Bangalore is one of the biggest hubs of innovation. for not just in India, not just in Asia, but around the world. In fact, when I was sharing with Madan earlier, when I was at immigration, today they asked me, like, when were you in India last? I said, well, 2 weeks ago. And then there was someone next to me who was obviously from the US, and they asked him, when were you in India last? He said, which trip? I've been here 4 times in the last 6 months to Bangalore. So that just shows how important this ecosystem is. And it's an opportunity for us to showcase that ecosystem, to bring the collective strengths together. Now, if we look at what happens on those days, I thought maybe I'll share with you all and get you all excited to come to Singapore. Why it's so important to come? Well, first of all, we have some exceptional speakers from around the world that are going to come in and share their thoughts on the main stage. There are a few things happening. This year, the Thai Global Summit is unique because we've actually partnered with the Singapore FinTech Festival to bring the collective strengths together. I've been asked, there was someone who asked me the other day, you know, what's the connect with Singapore FinTech Festival? And I said, entrepreneurs. That's the one connect, right? We want to create a platform that's the most impactful. How do we create the biggest impact on entrepreneurs? So let me tell you a little bit about the Singapore FinTech Festival if you're not familiar with it. So the Singapore FinTech Festival is actually it was started by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, run by the Singapore government. It is the second largest event after the World Economic Forum of its kind, right? You have heads of states, you have ministers, policymakers, investors, entrepreneurs, corporate innovators who come together and talk through, you know, how to build the right sort of framework to move forward in the right direction, not just for financial services, but to drive overall better inclusion and sustainability. And we felt, when we announced that we were going to do the Thai Global Summit, we had a few conversations with the government in Singapore, and we felt the best way to actually create that impact for entrepreneurs is to give them this exposure to a massive plethora of investors and corporate innovators from around the world. So we have about 65,000 people attending the combined Singapore FinTech Festival and Thai Global Summit. This is the first time that the Singapore FinTech Festival or the Singapore government has actually partnered with a private organization, a non-government organization. And it's the first time that Thai is partnered with someone at that scale. We are maintaining our independent identities of the event, but we are cross-pollinating a lot around the audience, around speakers, content, themes, and the kind of impact we create. What does it mean for entrepreneurs? What it means is when entrepreneurs showcase at the TGS this year, they're actually showcasing to 65,000 people, 65,000 leaders from around the world that will actually come and get exposed to these amazing startups. What else is happening? We've got the Thai Women Global Pitch Competition. This year, we had participants from 62 countries coming together. We have 40 semi-finalists coming to Singapore, pitching to a very credible set of jury and judges over 2 days. And it's going to be an amazing feat for Thai to continue to push for women entrepreneurs and driving more investments into that space. We have the Thai KPMG Southeast Asia Entrepreneur of the Year Awards this year. So with KPMG, we've partnered with them to make sure that we recognize some of the best entrepreneurs in Southeast Asia and make sure that we inspire more entrepreneurs to move in that direction. What else is happening? Well, we've got a TV show. I can't talk too much about it because it goes on air. The on-air promotion starts on October 8th, but we actually have a TV show that is a startup pitch show being produced by one of the best-known TV producers for reality shows from around the world, who's going to pull it together. That's all I can say, but it'll be a massive movement for Thai. It'll be a big contribution of Thai to actually help drive and shepherd entrepreneurship across Southeast Asia. What else do we have? Am I forgetting something? If you don't mind, I'll just have a quick look at my notes. The golf tournament, can't forget that. Everyone in Thai loves golf. So we have the Thai Eagles Golf Tournament. We have a few celebrity golfers coming. So the event officially kicks off on the 15th. 15th, first half, we have 2 things happening. One is we have golf as an optional activity you can participate in. We have lab crawls to actually showcase the best of Singapore's innovation in areas where Singapore is very strong. So food tech, deep tech, AI, future of mobility. You can actually go and touch and feel those labs where all of this innovation is created. This is being curated together with A-Star, which is the Singapore government's research arm. And A-Star is not just an R&D innovation arm, but they actually incubate some of the best of innovation that comes out of Singapore. And we are very pleased that a number of very large entrepreneurs that have come out in food tech or future of mobility in EV are actually charter members of TiE Singapore. And then we also have, on the 15th, we kick off with the inaugural dinner at the Marina Bay Sands, the iconic venue. So we'll love to have you all there. Enjoy the hospitality of the Marina Bay Sands. It is a very large facility where the inauguration dinner will be hosted. And we'll have the awards there. We'll have a lot of fun. And you'll get to meet all the TiE charter members that are coming in from around the world. We have socials every evening. On the 14th night, so if you come early, don't worry. We'll look after you. We have 14th night, we have the dinner for charter members at the Sentosa Sofitel. On the 16th, we start the official conference. That's at the Singapore Expo. We have when we finish the conference with speakers such as Vinod Khosla, Nadiem Makarim, the Minister of Education and Technology from Indonesia, but most importantly, the biggest unicorn founder from Southeast Asia, the founder of Gojek. There are many, many people like that coming in to come and share their thoughts and come and interact and engage with folks. On the 16th, we've taken over the waterfront of Singapore. So we have some of the best restaurants taken over for the TiE charter members, and our hospitality will be second to none. That hospitality will continue on after the conference ends on the 17th, and we will give you a great local flavor of Singapore. And for those mad keen golfers who want to stay on, there is golf on the 18th and 19th if you want to carry on with that. So with that, I'm hoping that I've generated a little bit of excitement for you guys. There is a video we were trying to get going that would have been a lot more articulate than I was. I spoke in that video. I think I spoke a lot better. But I do hope that I'll get to see many of you there. And if you have any questions around TGS, drop me a note, reach out to me, or just come and have a chat with me. And thank you very much once again. Oh, the video is going to play? Okay. I can get off the stage when the video plays. But thank you very much. I'm really humbly honored that you're hosting us at such short notice, and look forward to seeing you all in Singapore.
Amit, just 1 minute. Can you just stay on stage, please? Can I request Rohit Bhatt, who's come all the way from Bangalore, to kind of just hand over a small memento to Amit? Yeah. I just wanted to say thanks again. This is my job to be dishing out gifts to you guys, so come to Singapore and we'll keep it going. Thanks. So thanks, Amit, for kind of setting the stage. I think, as you rightly said, there's enough excitement. We already got the room. We got a few extra chairs as well. And I think for all those people who were wondering whether it made sense to get to Singapore, you probably made a compelling offer that they can't refuse. So I will now request Neeraj from We Founder Circle. Oh, you're going to play the video. Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Amit Gupta. I'm the president for TiE Singapore and a member of the Global Board of Trustees of TiE. TiE Global Summit is not just an event. It is a movement that brings the global epicenter of entrepreneurship to the biggest and brightest entrepreneur ecosystems around the world. This year, we host the TiE Global Summit in partnership with the Singapore FinTech Festival, from November 15th to the 17th in Singapore. I can't wait to welcome you all to Singapore and be part of this amazing energy that we're going to create together. So bring your startups, fellow founders, investors, other ecosystem players, and together we will unlock new avenues for collaboration, accelerate growth, and propel the entrepreneur ecosystem to new heights.
Innovators can't make it on their own. They need partners, supporters to help them make sure their best ideas make it from the lab to the marketplace. For more than 27 years, TiE has been doing just that.
I always love coming to TiE because there's so many entrepreneurs here, and I live the religion of entrepreneurship.
I think we are on the cusp of really building something different with our digital economy.
Go around and figure out what Singapore can do different, given we are a small market.
The shared goals for our generation are clear. Together, we must protect and restore nature.
I think the world is going to need And you're going to see a lot more entrepreneurship, a lot more smaller companies, and a lot more nimble companies, and that's what government and policy architecture needs to try and create.
So how are we going to achieve it? We have a carbon budget of 572 gigatons. We cannot spend more than that.
I am here to awaken your hummingbird, to make this world where every child is free, safe, educated, healthy, smiling.
Focus on whatever problem it is they're trying to solve, but bring in others. That is the strategy. So you can call that philanthropy, but I mean, philanthropy means love of humanity.
धनुष उठा प्रहार कर, तू सबसे पहला वार कर.
TIE is the best ever place to be with founders, funders, and anyone who wants to create the future. And I think that being a part of this community, it gives you a lot of chances to learn more.
So that was a video worth waiting for. Okay, I now have the pleasure of inviting Neeraj and Gaurav from VFounder Circle. Now VFounder Circle has been one of the strongest kind of supporters of entrepreneurship, and I don't want to kind of spend too much of time elaborating on that. That's what Gaurav and Neeraj will do. Over to you.
Get a chance to participate with TIE community, especially the TGS. I'm here with my co-founder Vikas. There are two more co-founders here of the company. Vikas is here, Gaurav is with me, and Bhavna is here in the crowd. And many other community members, okay, who are overlapping, okay. It's like TIE and VFounder Circle community. Both are aiming for the same thing, which is like supporting young entrepreneurs, both in terms of their business and in terms of providing them capital. So we are currently one of the most active early stage investor company in the country, 100 investments in last 3 years, and we are looking forward to expand our community with TIE, and especially the TIE Bangalore and TIE Singapore. And TGS has been really, really kind to us, because this is not the first time we are partnering with them. Last 2-year edition, both in Dubai and then in Hyderabad. Last year we have been the key sponsors there. We brought the biggest delegation of our startups and our investors, and I think all of them really had great experience there, both in terms of the connections, the fans they made there, the business commitments, connections that they made, and also the investment commitment that has come from there. And this time, as Amit has already set up the entire expectation so high, I think we are very excited. Exactly like the TIE Bangalore is organized a flight to Singapore. I think that's the first sign of excitement that Bangalore city is already, we are all witnessing that. And more so that next year, I think we will be the host country. So that way, this makes the whole association more special. And we are all very excited. To people like who don't know much about our organization as such, just wanted to basically take just 2 minutes time just to run through few of the slides, okay, so that you are aware that our association is not for the first time. I think how our goals are so synergetic to each other. Gaurav, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone, and I think very happy to be seeing you everyone here, and we are all excited to be going in Singapore. And Amit, thank you for coming all the way from Singapore. And Madan, thank you for organizing, inviting. Yeah, Pankaj, sorry, I can't miss you, Pankaj. Pankaj has also come from Singapore, and he is instrumental in this entire partnership, which is there. So as Neeraj was saying that from last 2 years, we are very actively working with TIE. So, but my association with TIE goes almost about 15 years. It's almost about 15 years. I'm a charter member for TIE. And that's the thing. And I think, TIE is a great organization. And I think we are going to be seeing a great TGS in Singapore. Thank you.
So just extending the same thing, okay, this is basically some pictures from the TGS Hyderabad, okay, and we were there, okay, on the main stage, on various forums. This is what you can see us, me, Bhavna, and Vikas, all three of us. We were there as a key sponsor that time also. And I think this is just to highlight our commitment, not only with TGS Singapore, we are equally excited about partnering with the TGS Bangalore coming edition. Already had a lot of plans. I think both Madan and me and the entire Thai Bangalore team, we had a couple of conversations, and I think we are equally excited to be not only just a partner and a sponsor there, but I think this time on the host side also, because I have shifted to Bangalore just 1 year back, and I think the first family that I got here is the Thai. Geeta is sitting in front of me. Thank you so much, Geeta, for embracing us, the whole community, and all the support that we are getting from this community. So just some glimpse of, okay, this is what we have done in last time also. We conducted a lot of master classes there. We had one of the biggest delegation of startups and investors that time. This year also, I think a lot of our startups and investors are there in this room. So almost 10 startups are there. They just wanted to hear directly from the Thai leadership team that what all is there for them when they go there. Just a glimpse about what we are. So today we are a blend of technology, fund, and community. We have 4 funds. Gaurav is leading the fund side of it. So we have Global Angel Fund, which is very unique, which we are the only investor network and the fund which is enabling the cross-border investments. In fact, we have been in Singapore twice in last 2 months. We spent almost 15 days there. We are meeting a lot of people there, and we are just showcasing that what is our commitment to Singapore as a whole, and especially to Thai community. I'm very thankful to, again, Amit, Pankaj, and the entire leadership team there in Thai, Singapore. They are hosting us, they are helping us to connect to the right set of people, and I think that's what is expected when we explore each other. So today, this is what we offer. We have 10,000 plus global angel investors in across 52 countries. This is the entire length and breadth of what we are offering. So you can see that all stage funding is what we have. We have different programs. Bhavna leads our accelerator program. We have angel syndicate, we have technology platform, accelerator, angel funds, and now VC fund. So I think the focus currently that we offer to this, okay, this beautiful audience here is that we have recently launched this $60 million fund, and Gaurav will speak about it. I think you can be a part of it. And the cross-border funds that we are offering, that today if you want to invest anywhere in the world, you can use our funds to make that investment as easy as like you are investing somebody in Bangalore. So that's the power of the fund structures that we have. This is a very DIY mode of startup tech platform that we have made, so investors and startups can have a dashboard-driven experience. You can find deals, you can network with those 10,000 people. So it's just an extension, and importantly, we are offering this technology and funds to other communities also, and TAC, the Thai Angel Karnataka, okay, they were one of the first community who has adopted this. They are already started using it. A lot of deals they are showcasing there. A lot of investors are already started using this. This is how basically you can use this platform. You can discover deals. You can connect with the global investors. You can transact, make transactions, and you can manage your entire portfolio all at one place. Already a huge community this is basically the length and breadth of our India and global footprints. You can see these 10,000 investors coming from very tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities across India and global startup capitals. This is the full stack of our investments, 85 unique companies, more than 100 investment across all kind of sectors and stages that you can see here. Some of these companies are going with us to this event this year, to Singapore, and especially the fintech companies, they are very, very excited because Singapore Fintech Festival collaboration with TGS, something I think that was a master stroke that Amit and the entire Thai Singapore team has this time have to offer to all of us. These are some of the biggest syndicates, networks who have already started using our technology platform, some of the major leaders from the community who are started using it. They are using our technology, our funds to run their own angel networks. These are some of the biggest deals that we pull off in last few months. You can see deals as Pixel. This was a $36 million round that we facilitated, $1.5 million in this. We invested in Pendorum. Again, these are global deals where we can facilitate Indian investors to invest very, very easily using our fund and technology. But the next leap, the mega leap that we are taking as a community and as a forum is the VC fund that we have launched. Just a little bit about that, that's important for us. Gaurav is leading that, he's the managing partner of that. Gaurav, if you can just talk about this VC fund.
Yeah. So again, good evening, everyone. When Neeraj was talking about a global fund, we have the first Gift City Fund, which is which is in Gandhinagar. That's the fund, and that first fund has a flexibility. Before I talk about Avinya, I thought that I should touch upon that. That fund has a flexibility that if anybody wanted to invest outside of India, that he can invest from there. And if somebody wanted to, from anywhere in the world, they wanted to invest in India, that fund can be used. Or either you wanted to invest cross-border from Israel, somebody wanted to invest in Australia, or somebody sitting in Australia wanted to invest in America, everything can be facilitated. Before that, there was no instrument in India which was taking care of all of these three things. But now we have that fund with us, and fortunately we are the first one to get that license, and almost about 10 deals we have done in last 4 months, so quite excited about that. And in an angel fund also, which is our angel fund, we have now more than 1,000 LPs joined us, and almost about 82 syndicators are also working with us. So this is our fund. As we have from last almost about 10 years, I'm investing, and Neeraj and myself is investing. We have a special, curation ability of early stage startups. We'll be focusing from this fund also. This fund is also going to be focusing on a very early stage companies. That's what we are going to be doing. It's a 500 crore or a $60 million fund. We'll be investing in 100 companies, and the vision is to get 5 mega winners and 25 winners. That's the idea. It's a sector agnostic thing, though I don't want to go very detailed into the investment strategy, but we are very clear that we wanted to put almost about 24% of our capital to a newer companies, and almost about 76% capital will go on a follow-on rounds. So we wanted to make sure that any company which is growing, we support them and give them the visibility of a capital for multiple levels, not at one level, but at a 5 level. If somebody is doing well, if any founder is doing, or a portfolio company is doing good with us, we wanted to give a visibility of almost about 5 rounds with us. That's what we wanted to do. And as a, and when I'm saying that we will be investing in 100 companies, we don't want to say that it's a spray and pray approach. Certainly, it's a very deeply curated. We will not do more than 1% of the total curated startups. Up till now also, as Bhavna is sitting there in our EvolveX program, which is a cohort 3, we have got almost about 1063 companies, and we have invested in 7 companies. That's the kind of deep curation we are doing, and we wanted to follow the same kind of thing in our fund also. So we'll certainly be taking care of almost about 10,000 companies to invest in 100 companies. And fortunately, because of EvolveX, because of Syndicate, because of VFounder Circle, and the kind of pedigree we have from last almost about 10 years, you're quite excited about that. There are almost about 4 or 5 deals which are in pipeline for warehousing also. So one very important thing, that as an organization, we are active investors, we are venture builders, we are not a passive investors. We not only bring capital on the table, we bring the ecosystem capital also, we bring the network capital also. So apart from having a financial capital, we bring ecosystem capital and network capital. We make sure that any founder who's taking money from us is just not a money which comes to them. It comes with all of support, the network, the kind of understanding we have. If we have to give any kind of mentoring, we give that, or any kind of way we can help them, support them. That's what we do. Amit was talking about ESG. Certainly, we are going to be taking care of ESG. That we should not be investing in any startup which is not ESG compliant. So this is our team. Neeraj, my co-founder, is there. Myself, Bhavna, Saurabh, and Vikas. Fortunately, all the 5 of us come from a very different background and relevant background. We complement each other. I come from a finance background and funds and all of those things, investors. Neeraj come from the startup, founder, working with founders. Neeraj is somebody who has worked with more than 200 founders, and almost about, he helped 100 companies to raise capital. Bhavna comes with a very relevant global experience, global background. She was the first global employee of a bike dance. She was a co-director in Startup Grind in Beijing. And Saurabh was a tech entrepreneur. He was a post-tech entrepreneur, worked with Infosys, CSC, and come with a very relevant background of understanding, deep understanding of startups. Vikas is a new addition in us. 1st of January 2022 joined us. But for 22 years, he was part of India Mart, and he was a national sales head there, was heading almost about 6,500 people in his previous role, and left that and joined us. So come with a marketplace understanding. So every one of us has a very different understanding, but working together for a bigger vision. So these are some newses which has come, and this is the PR, and media has covered us. Almost about 1,000 articles must have come on us. This is our last 2 years journey, that there are almost about 11 or 10 companies where we have got an exit, almost about 80 unique companies, 84 unique companies where we have invested. Fortunately, almost about 70% of those companies are early stage companies, and they have seen multiple rounds, and fortunate to have such founders with us. We have built community. I wanted to emphasize on one thing, that how we built community at vFounder Circle. Fortunately, we have done, events across India. We have traveled across India, more than 50 cities. We have traveled individually, did a masterclass there for investors, then a startup mixer in the morning, and investors meet in the evening. That's the kind of thing. And the whole idea was to create a kind of an awareness about this asset class. What this startup investing is, there should not be myths, there should not be misinformation to that. People, if they wanted to really start their journey in a tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, they should be well informed about it. That was our objective and agenda. And tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 startup founders, if they wanted to start their journey of investing or getting to a right VCs, we wanted to inform them about that. How can you start that journey, which we have done. These are multiple events across India we have done. This is one of our portfolio company. That's it. Yeah. So that's it, and wanted to play one small video. Thank you so much.
Right. Thanks so much, Neeraj and Gaurav, for kind of walking us through what's probably one of the most fascinating journeys of growth and global impact. I think we are really happy to kind of share that vFounder Circle is actually come on board as the first sponsor for TGS 2024. So thank you so much. Please put your hands together for vFounder Circle for putting up their hand and saying that they will walk with us on this journey. I now want to invite Madan Padaki, President of TI Bangalore, to kind of walk us through how this whole flight to Singapore is actually going to look like. Yeah, over to you, Madan.
Thank you and good evening, everybody. Welcome, Elrigu Namaskara. And we are now bringing the Singapore connection to Bangalore. Interestingly, 12th, 13th, 14th of November is Deepavali. And we're going to celebrate an additional day in Singapore on the 15th. We're going to take the Karnataka Deepavali and create really the Karnataka Dhamaka at TGS Singapore, and that's the whole intention. So first of all, a warm welcome to Amit, and of course to our friends Neeraj and Gaurav and Pankaj from Singapore. You know, again, this started out as a conversation barely a week ago, saying that why don't we just get a curtain raiser of Singapore and what we are planning at Bangalore together, and magic just happened. You know, just on Monday we were discussing, will we get 25 people, 30 people, and I kept expectations low. Yeah, you can expect maybe 30, 40 people, and look what we have. So a huge round of applause to each one of you for really being and showing up and showing what Bangalore is really all about, right? And I continue to say Bangalore, it's hard to get Bengaluru in because it's still Thai Bangalore. But what I wanted to share over the next 10-15 minutes is a set of exciting aspects that we have lined up for all of us to really make a big Dhamaka at Singapore. More importantly, because the baton for TGS, the Thai Global Summit, will be passed to Bangalore and the Karnataka chapters, Mysore, Hubli, and the soon-to-be chapter, Mangaluru, represented by Rohit here. And Karnataka will put up the show next year in November. And we're going to really make sure that it's just not one return flight. Maybe there are 10 flights from Singapore that will land up in Bangalore the next year. That's the kind of attraction that we want to put. But before we come to Bangalore, I just want to share about what's on anvil for all of us as a delegation, as an official Karnataka delegation getting to Singapore. You heard what Amit talked about, the excitement in Singapore. We're going to add a dose of the Karnataka spice to that whole exercise and the experience there. First of all, as many of you know, and several of us have signed up, last year when TGS was happening in Hyderabad, one crazy idea came saying, hey, why don't we all go together to Hyderabad and take a bus? Now, what started out by convincing people that it'll be a 7-hour ride ended up almost like a 20-hour ride into Singapore, into Hyderabad. We got on 35 of us got onto a bus. We stopped en route at Tumkur, at Gulbarga, and then reached Hyderabad at some 2 a.m. in the morning after having gotten started out at 7 a.m. in the morning or 6:30. But we had the time of our lives, right? And still now that TGS Hyderabad bus group is still active, right? We still getting pings from the team. It's just like we spent a lifetime in the bus. So when this happened, and when Singapore was announced, we said, hey, why not we extend it? Of course, we'll have to leave now if you want to take a bus to to Singapore. Said, why don't we take a flight to Singapore? And, of course, a lot of us laughed off saying, hey, what a flight of fancy. But it's now turning out to be a fanciful flight. We are going forward. We've booked 100 seats on a Singapore Airlines flight for the 14th of November. And we now have negotiated a return ticket flight as well with options for people to choose on 18th and the 20th. I negotiated a price of around 53,000 rupees as a bulk booking fare, which is valid for the next couple of weeks. And the idea is to bring not just startups and CMs from Bangalore. We've got our friend Santosh is here from Hubli, the Mysore team, the Bangalore team. So all the Thai chapters from Karnataka. And of course, also Gaurav is the president of Thai Surat. And he proposed this, that there'll be a gang from Surat that will land in Bangalore and then take the flight from Bangalore to Singapore. So we'll see some CMs from Surat as well as Vizag, Hyderabad, Coimbatore, Kerala. So this is going to be one fun flight. And we've consciously chosen this to be a day flight so that there's enough noise we can create in the flight than taking the night flight, a red eye, and all of us dozing off. So this leaves at 11:55 a.m. and reaches Singapore at 7 p.m. just in time for us to party in Singapore as we reach. I think Thai is also hosting an evening that on the 14th for charter members at Sentosa. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll all be there. And of course, the flight can't take off without startups. So I'll talk about the 25 startups program that we have launched. But this is going to be one hell of an experience. It's going to be a fun thing. So those of you who are still sitting on the fence, jump in. We've already gotten about 20 odd people confirmed. Some of the early, the early birds are in. We got Rohit and team confirmed from Hyderabad as well. We've got over 100 CMs interested. Hopefully in the next week, 10 days, we should fill up at least the quota for Bangalore of around 30-35 seats must be done, and we'll open it up. We'll have, this is a 180-seater flight. We are also negotiating with Singapore Airlines saying, hey, if we need another 20-30 seats more, can you do that? And it looks likely they will. So let's see how this goes. So that's the flight. Now what happens when we land is that at TGS Singapore, we're going to have a Karnataka Pavilion where we will showcase all the 25 startups. We'll come back to what the startups are. We've got a prime space, a 72 square meter stall. And as Amit was saying, this stall will, the entire footfall of SFF will pass through these stalls, right? So it's just not a TGS, it's a TGS arena, right? It's a TGS SFF, so our startups will get exposed not just to the TGS crowd, but the entire SFF crowd. And we're going to also create space, and this is just an indicative design, but we'll have a pitching and a space where, and the lounge and a pitching zone where our startups can pitch to various founders around the space. So this space is going to really be we are hoping that this will be the heart of the entire arena here. We should create so much of noise that they should throw us out of the second day. Amit, I'm giving you an advance warning to manage the fallouts of the noise that we will create here, right? And the idea is also, therefore, create an agenda for 3 days. We're still packing it up. We're having 3 days, 15th, 16th, 17th. Of course, there'll be SFF inaugurations. There'll be a joint inaugural of SFF and TGS. 17th morning, we are planning to have a Karnataka Startup Showcase track as a parallel track running alongside TGS, where all of us who are coming as a part of the official Karnataka delegation will get to interact with investors, mentors, customers from the Singapore ecosystem. So between TiE Singapore and TiE Bangalore, we'll curate that 3 hour so that there could be an exchange of ideas, startups wanting to come to Bangalore, Bangalore startups wanting to set up in Singapore. And we got one of our charter members who's actually right now in Singapore trying to create, I didn't put up here as an official agenda, but we have an agenda between 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. as well. And Bharat, who's one of our charter members, is excitedly scouting places for us to meet, drink, make merry between 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. or however long that takes. So you can be assured that it's going to be a packed agenda with a lot of options and opportunities to network. They says entrepreneurship is all about serendipity and conversations. We will definitely engineer enough serendipity and the conversations is up to you, right? That's the whole game plan here. We also created this aspect to say, listen, this won't be complete without startups. So given that it's also the 25th year of TiE Bangalore's anniversary next year, we said, let's curate and showcase 25 startups from Karnataka who will join the delegation as an official delegation, get to participate in all the activities that we have as members, basically get onto the flight. We are going to create 25 spaces for them to display at the booth. The Karnataka showcase will have them give pitches. We'll of course create pitches at the stalls, enough networking opportunities and so on and so forth, and includes a return fare. Of course, we're going to Singapore. How I wish this happened some 15 years ago when the Singapore dollar was from 25 or 30 rupees to the Indian rupee. Now we're at 60. So this is going to cost us quite a lot to defray the costs. First of all, I must again thank Sanjeev from KDM, who's here, and I'll invite Sanjeev to join us in a second. But Sanjeev has also been instrumental. He's the co-conspirator here, but Sanjeev has also been instrumental in nudging and really pitching TGS Singapore to the government of Karnataka. Right in this hall, we had Sri Priyank Kharge less than a month and a half ago. We followed up with a variety of conversation. Also happy to share that The Karnataka government is the state sponsor and partner to the Karnataka delegation. So a huge round of applause to the team. We are likely to have the minister join us on this delegation, as well as the secretary, Srimati Ekrup Kaur. She will be on the delegation as well as our team. So there'll be a lot of government-to-government meetings that we are trying to engineer so that we can really create the Bangalore to Singapore corridor, an entrepreneurship corridor for things to happen between now and the next year. So a part of the overall expense is being supported by the government. We are worked out a package for each startup, and we're really going after the Elevate startups because we really want to showcase Elevate as a program and as an initiative and make sure that as many of the Elevate winners benefit from this whole initiative. So we worked out a package of around 3 lakhs per startup where we will bundle all of these things together and make sure that there's enough and more of opportunities for these startups to kind of leverage that investment and take it to the next level. 25 startups we've already opened up. We've got over about 25-30 applications so far. Of course, we will screen and make sure that we are able to showcase the best of Karnataka startups there. So that's on offer to the startups to make sure that we have the other important stakeholder in the room, the various partners. It could be banks, financial institutions as a run-up to SFF, and TGS and SFF. We think there'll be a lot of value for fintechs to be there as well. So we've reached out to a bunch of banks, financial institutions, and fintech startups to defray a part of the costs as well. And I'm sure, with 100 of us wearing T-shirts with logos of these partners, etc., it's like trying to find out how do you raise 1 crore. We're trying to cut that 1 crore into multiple subparts and try and make sure that every one of us is contributing towards raising that money. So this is entrepreneurship at its best. Trying to figure out how do you make all this happen without knowing whether we'll be able to pay for the flights or not. But that's entrepreneurship and we're living that journey. So we have several of you in the room, so we look forward to partnering with you. And if any one of you have any leads of sponsors, supporters who can sponsor the official delegation, give us a shout. We will, I'm sure we'll be still be figuring out how do you make, how do you make up for that money we need to raise till the last minute. And the more we have, the more stuff that we can do in Singapore. So all of this is happening over 15th and 17th. And as I said, you have options to be here, stay back in Singapore on the 18th, play golf, and even come back on the 20th. We have flights open for bookings there. Yeah, so Singapore is going to remember Karnataka, and we wanted to remember Karnataka for at least a year so that they all come back here for the next year. Before I invite Sanjeev to share a few words, if this is going to be the excitement of TGS, of Karnataka in Singapore, imagine what we're going to do for Karnataka when Karnataka hosts TGS Thai Global Summit next year. Taking on the theme of good for the world, we're kind of converging on the theme of entrepreneurship for the world. The dream that we are working on is once Bangalore and Karnataka host Singapore, Singapore and the rest of the world in Bangalore at TGS. Silicon Valley, which kind of calls Bangalore as the Valley of the East, we want Silicon Valley to be renamed as the Bangalore of the West, right? So we want to really have an orbit-shifting event. It's just not an event. I think we should use that opportunity that we have to host TGS next year to really take Bangalore and Karnataka ecosystems to the next level. So we've been smoking a variety of dreams. I think when we did the first event, we all looked at it and said, how crazy can it be? And we said, the crazier the idea, the better it is, right? So the idea is, can we fill up Kantirwa Stadium with 25,000 startups, 5,000 of them coming from globally, at least another 10,000 coming, 300 startups from every state of India, all converging into Bangalore, 3 days of intense conversations, events, pop-up events, not just in one venue. We want to have 100 venues around Bangalore hosting events for startups. Every ward of Bangalore will host an event. We yesterday pitched to the BBMP team, can you for 3 days rename all the wards on startup founders' names and sponsor names and all that, and they didn't throw us out of the room. They said, okay, we will see, at least we're getting there, right? So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be, we want to really create the world's largest entrepreneurship festival next year. We have an option of co-hosting alongside BTS, before, after, and of course, Mysore will play a host for the global delegates. We intend to take all the delegates to Mysore, dinner in the Mysore Palace, a walk in the gardens in the morning, really roll out the tourism and the culture red carpet for all the delegates globally so that they will never forget TGS Karnataka in a jiffy. And it should open up the world of opportunities for our entrepreneurs here. Neeraj, you have a target. We found a circle as one of our first sponsors. We need to get 1,000 startups funded by November, right? So how do we get that? And 1,000 Karnataka-based or anywhere must say we took birth at TGS Karnataka, right? And can we then say when TGS comes back to Karnataka in 2034, we should say 10 unicorns, 100 unicorns came out of that 1,000 startups, right? So that's the target we should work towards. Absolutely. So guys, as we plan for TGS Karnataka, we got 60 CMs who have put up their hands. We're trying to figure out how to organize the raw energy that exists. So any one of you have any crazy ideas? Now is the time. Talk to us after this. Put any idea and we'll see how it can come to life. And we'll have a lot of fun doing this. I don't think we'll forget organizing TGS for the rest of our lives. And that's the opportunity we have. So on that note, let me invite Sanjeev to share your thoughts, Sanjeev, on your vision and also represent the state government. I think when we met Mr. Kharge, he was so excited to say, let's make it happen. You tell me what needs to be done from the state side. We are ready. So much so that we have almost convinced him to take the handover of the baton from Singapore to Karnataka. And it'll be him who will be welcoming all the delegates into Karnataka rather than us. So Sanjeev, over to you.
Thank you. After listening to what Amit said and what Madan talked about, I don't think I need to have any words to add upon it. But on a lighter side and a joke side, there are two common things between Bangalore and Singapore, especially for the TGS perspective. One is entrepreneurship, for sure, as what Amit was saying. You know what second is? Amit Gupta and Sanjeev Gupta here. And the Pankaj Gupta, right? So you have the Gupta culture coming in place now.
I'll file an affidavit to change my name.
As a Madan is going to become a Madan Gupta now shortly. Well, this is the one event which is we are looking at an honorable minister and on behalf of the government of Karnataka. Amit, we are all very excited to participate in TGS Singapore. We are looking forward to create the shout. We did made a mark, and I was talking to our dear friend Ravi Narayan here. He's saying, boss, you guys have such a noise in Hyderabad. Then we talked about it and said, wait, the Singapore is going to have bigger noise. So please handle that noise carefully because we don't want to listen, hey, please keep quiet, enough of noise coming in place. But the delegation is going to be very big enough. And government to government, government to business, business to business, and the other stakeholders will be participating into it. We are looking forward to learn from you a lot, Amit, and also to bring back the energy in the TGS 2024 in Karnataka and Bangalore. Thank you, Neeraj, for being the first sponsor here. Though Government of Karnataka is completely committed on behind of this, and when Honorable Minister was having a discussion with Madan, he simply said that, if definition what he said, that the Silicon Valley be the Bangalore of East, he said that Bangalore of East, but the flag of the entrepreneurs of Karnataka should be on the top every time, right? And that's where we are looking at to create that magic in TGS24. I look forward to working with all of you. I'm a volunteer, so happy to engage my full energy with my team here. I'm so happy that my dream was there to have another chapter in Karnataka called TI Mangaluru. I'm so happy that it's now on the picture. And no other person can lead this than the dear friend Rohit, who has been very active and supportive. Very active and supportive. He's not only looking at this, in fact, we both traveled to Saudi Arabia and then he was positioning about TGS 2024 in Saudi Arabia and talking about saying, guys, come on onto this level. So it's such a passionate and committed leader that we have today here. 4 chapters in a state, no other place. We will do magic, all energy, backed with Government of Karnataka support you. Thank you so much, Madan, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Sanjeev, for ever being that volunteer. Of course, he's also a TI charter member, and he cannot not be a CM, right? So on that note, before I open it up for any questions, ideas, thoughts on what we can do and what we can do better and what we should not do, I also wanted to give a shout out and introduce, to pull off something like TGS will require an immense amount of organizing work. All of us are volunteers at the board and everywhere else. We have a fantastic secretariat, but we needed somebody who will just focus on TGS and get it done, and we found our leader. So happy to introduce Ritu Sharma. I was about to say Ritu Gupta, but Ritu Sharma, exactly, who's just joined us yesterday as our new executive director. So she needs all the support and the ideas to really pull off TGS and take TIE and the ecosystem to the next level. So welcome, Ritu. Lovely. Great. So Rajesh, on that note, we have another 10-15 minutes. So if there's any thoughts, ideas, any questions that any one of you have, we can go around, and I'll request Amit also to join in if there's any questions on TGS Singapore itself.
Ask me.
Yeah. Yes, please. Yes.
No, first of all, I have to say, there are a few things I picked from what Madan said, and I was thinking, I was like, oh man, I wish I was going after Madan, because he gave me a lot more things to talk about. First of all, I think it's about entrepreneurship, and what you guys are trying to pull together is so inspiring. And I wanted to share sort of my journey as well as part of TGS and my team's journey. What's beautiful about these sort of initiatives is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that you get to work with people that you really enjoy being with, and you're actually pulling together a venture very quickly, but unfortunately you dismantle it very quickly. But in this case, we'll hopefully be able to give some of that over to you, and then you'll build further on that. So I can't, I'm counting the 39 days left. I think it's 39 days, I've lost track of time, but can't wait to give you the baton. But I really want to thank just the energy from the Karnataka team, from all the way from the government to our Thai leaders here, of course our sponsors, have become synonymous with Thai, We Founder Circle. And I just wanted to say, if I could leave a few data points for you to consider if you're still on the fence of getting on that plane. By the way, I thought it was an Indigo plane, it's Singapore Airlines. That's pretty all right, it's pretty comfortable. So well done on that. We have negotiated rates with Singapore Airlines for both economy and business, but that's not for the Karnataka team. That's going on that plane, yeah? Okay, but there's a few data points I wanted to share. Singapore and India, first of all, are really, it's a very, very tight corridor, right? I'm not sure how many people are aware, but Singapore is the largest FDI contributor into India. And that number is actually equal to the total sum of the other 4 countries. Yeah? So, that's something to think about. We're talking about $18 billion of FDI last year compared to $6 billion by the number 2, and then the numbers drop. The second thing is Singapore, even though it's a small country, and we don't have any natural resource, we ranked number 5 in the Global Innovation Index globally. Ease of doing business. If you're really looking at setting up companies, you want to expand your business, consistently ranks in the top 2 in the ease of doing business rankings by the World Bank. I don't know how many of you actually know, but I'm actually a Kiwi Indian, so I'm from New Zealand, and I'm Indian, so I'm very proud. I'm from Jammu and Kashmir originally, so I'm very proud to be from Jammu and Kashmir, from India, but I'm also from New Zealand. And New Zealand ranks, if you're ever considering New Zealand, it does rank number 1 in ease of business by the World Bank for the last 10 years. But one more fact that I wanted to share is there is so much motivation for folks in Singapore, especially the Indian diaspora, the Thai community. But the Thai community, of course, is not limited to the Indian diaspora in Singapore, but they're just waiting for good entrepreneurs to come in so that they can find opportunities to invest. There is so much active investment from Singapore, from our own Thai Angel network. I think we look at we do 3 curated companies as part of Thai Angels in Singapore each month. And of course, we invest beyond that in individual capacities, but there is massive opportunity. Come to Singapore, we'll look after you. And I think we need this crowd to have a party, because I think without you guys, I don't think we'll have that much fun. And Sanjeev, for you, during those 3 days, we'll talk to the government, we'll turn away the noise control team. All right. Thank you so much. I'm so privileged that you guys have put this together. So grateful. Ritu, welcome. Actually, she started in Singapore 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we did meet her in Singapore. She was there, and we caught up.
The other common faces even are from Jammu Kashmir, so we are all a family now.
Well, then we are probably related. You probably are Gupta. Yeah. But look, it's amazing to have government leadership that brings that level of energy. Thank you, Sanjeev, for the support.
Wonderful. Thank you, Amit. Thank you. Talking about the government, maybe Sandhya, if I can request you, we had a fantastic meeting with EDB, the Economic Development Board of Singapore, and they got excited about this whole Bangalore-Singapore corridor. And we're working with Thai Singapore to figure out what we can do with EDB, maybe a couple of...
Okay. We kind of kicked around a few ideas. One was around the education side, because there's a lot of potential activity that we can do, and entrepreneurial activity at that. The second kind of idea was around tourism. Even if you set up an AR/VR thing across Karnataka and the ASEAN region with the hub out of Singapore, potential opportunity. And it really opens up the two countries, and we can do it very fast. In terms of establishment, it's not difficult. It's just that we need to have the will to make it happen. The third area is around deep tech, especially given the fact that Singapore actually has universities translating a lot of non-English speaking Asian country entrepreneurship and scientific research, which would be of immense benefit because a lot of the Indians don't look at that space, and so there's a possibility that's there. Having said that, I've been told that this has been in the works for the last 5 years. We have the first meeting on Friday. Hopefully we'll get something and we should be able to share a little more.
Lovely. Thank you. And the idea is that we use the Singapore event to kind of figure out a one-year roadmap for EDB and the government of Karnataka to work together, which will culminate in something large next year. So we'll kind of engineer that as well. Thank you, Sandhya. So on that note, any questions, thoughts, ideas? Yes, of course. The ideas can also be, one of the other things is that, well, TGS 2024 is just one event. We're thinking like inspired by the recent G20, as soon as the baton passes over to Thai Karnataka, we've been talking to Bangalore to host a large event in Bangalore as a TGS global event somewhere next year. Hubli will host something, Mysore will host something. We are in fact thinking of bringing 25 countries. In fact, right here, we had the ambassador of Kazakhstan who was here with us a month or so ago. And he's got so excited with TGS that he wants to bring a delegation from Kazakhstan to Karnataka and launch the Kazakhstan Thai chapter here sometime next year. Right? So the idea is that can we bring 25 odd ecosystems from across the world to converge in Bangalore to really learn and understand what really makes Bangalore Bangalore, what is that entrepreneurial secret sauce that we have that makes Bangalore what it is. Can we seed those chapters as well? Those are the ideas that we are kicking around. So any one of you have any ideas for a continuation of events, not necessarily in November, but if you think that, hey, this can be a global thing that we could host in Karnataka, any of the chapters or even other cities. We participated in Shimoga the other day and the energy in Shimoga was fantastic. Similarly, we have, of course, Belgaum and Kalburgi all ready to host events and bring global delegates in. So that's another aspect that we were thinking on as well. Agri-FinTech is one area that we really are working on as a Bangalore FinTech Festival idea and see what we can uniquely contribute to that space as well. Yeah. Yes. Santosh is again was the president of Thai Hubli and a trustee of Thai Global now. So Santosh.
Yeah, good evening one and all, and what a evening it is hearing from right from my fellow global trustee Amit and Singapore. I think we're all looking forward, Amit, and thanks for coming all the way, and it means a lot. I'm from Karnataka, Bangalore, Hubli. We all are like one family, and this kind of a thing. So coming to Madan, if you remember, we had talked about TYECon. So that was striking me that since it came from you, why not we do this in our next here. We have the founder here, Geeta, right here, of Thai Young Entrepreneurs. The idea is that Thai Young Entrepreneurs has been about 15 years now, Geeta. So can we bring all the young entrepreneurs who have been part of the program as an alumni and showcase probably where they are today, because we lost touch of many of them, and I'm sure we Founder Circle also will find that some of these young entrepreneurs are unicorns in the making, and we could make the investments. So that struck me today when we are talking. And on behalf of Thai Global Board, I formally welcome you and join the board of our flight to Singapore on 14th. And from Hubli, I assure you, at least 50 of us will be there. If they don't come, I'll pay for that. So I have some people from Hubli here, so I'll count them also. If Manish is there from Hubli, but I'm looking forward. Yes. Hubli, Bangalore, we are all one. So, and I like the idea of one thing. What Madan, when we are making a presentation for the Thai Global Summit, and we are bidding that idea of making it Karnataka, not just Bangalore. I think thanks to our the brainchild of Beyond Bengaluru, Sanjeev Gupta, with whom I've been very closely working. I think it clearly shows that we are not just saying Bengaluru, but saying Beyond Bengaluru, Mangalore. We have Rohit here and all the team. I'll not take much time, but really looking forward, Amit. And we will also be the host, so you don't have to put too much pressure on you. Singapore will be our second home. So we'll all be there, looking forward. And I'm sure, because I was there for some meetings in Singapore, hospitality at its best. I think entrepreneurship will be at its best. I think you name it, that will be at its best. And someone said party will be at its best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else? I think I love the idea of bringing the TYECon. We will have a volunteer here, Hemant. Okay. We had our friend there, right there. Yeah. Yes. He was just talking about how he was in TYE in 2019, is it?
2019, yes. So that was the one right before Thai went virtual. And I actually was collecting my notes on the time I had. So back then, Snigdha was the one who had accommodated us. So I think Thai, the Young Entrepreneur Program, is what brought me out of my shell. So I was, in 9th grade then, just going to school, doing my regular academics. But then I was always interested with, I live in Bangalore, the startup capital of India, and I don't know as much. I'm interested, but I know not much. And that really, so we had 9 sessions back then, 9 different entrepreneurs from the city who'd come together to walk us through 9 different aspects of entrepreneurship. And that is, I think, the most groundbreaking experience that I've had that has propelled me to attend, different events like GFF in Bombay a couple of weeks ago and actually hold conversations. I remember Miss Geeta was there on the inaugural day, and the first thing she said was, how does one introduce themselves? And I'm like, hey, I don't think I've ever thought about that really. It was just, things that were passed on passively from people we've just had in our day-to-day lives. So yeah, Thai was absolutely fantastic, and I'm looking forward to joining or even organizing ThaiCon.
Wonderful. So we pulled you in as the first volunteer for the TYECon then. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good evening, I am Nafis. I am a coffee grower and roaster. You all know Bangalore hosted the World Coffee Conference just a week back. 87 countries participated. More than 3,000 delegates were there. And it was a very, very big show. Can I know how many people of you just attended? Can raise your hands? Okay, it was a very, very big event. And as a grower, as a roaster, a small request to the Thai Bangalore, that we can show our plantation. We can, Tatas are there, and huge, beautiful estates. Maybe Jagdisha, CEO, IAS, he did a coffee board, he did a very good work, and then the event was a great success. So I have an idea that I can pitch in, and I can talk to the coffee board, CEO and all. Maybe we can take delegates, and then we can show our coffee, our plantation, and a lot of natural this one. So this is just my idea.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. On that note, one of our key partners in the whole TGS journey is our event partner, Active. We have Gurunath, who's there from Active, who organizes BTS and was also the organizer for this World Coffee Conference. I mean, for some of us who were there, the quality of the whole event was astounding. And Ritu and I were walking around imagine next year here TGS happening, and our eyes were just sparkling with all the possibilities. So Gurunath, you want to share anything? And of course, they're organizing BTS, the Bangalore Tech Summit on the 29th, 30th of November and the 1st of December.
Thank you, Madan. Recently, we organized a World Coffee Conference. Last week itself, it was a successful event. And November 29th, 30th, and 1st December, we are organizing the 26th edition of the Bangalore Tech Summit. It is organized by the government of Karnataka. KDM is also the partner of the event. And I request you to block your calendar. Please join us to make it successful. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Neeraj.
So, on the, see, one of the things that we all spoke about is founders, okay, the entrepreneurs. And I just want to take this moment just to invite founders from our portfolio who are already committed to TGS Singapore. They're all going there. So Amit and Pankaj, I think they will be meeting you after this. So all the portfolio founders, okay, who are there, can you just come here? Let me just introduce you to the rest of the community. I think after this, they will be having a conversations with you. We have great founders here, some fintech companies, healthcare. So all of these guys are there, a part of our community. Can we have the other one here? Yeah, please come. Vipe. So you will meet all of these guys during this session also, and I think you will see these faces in TIE Singapore. They're all being part of the delegations, Amit and Pankaj. Pankaj has been invested in few of them. So added advantage. So we have Vipe here. Can you just take this moment, okay? Just introduce yourself to the rest of the audience.
So I'm the founder of Vipe. So we are like building a new bank for the youth.
I'm Mukul. I'm the CBO for Stylework Innovation Hub. We are a co-working spaces and managed office space aggregator platform.
My name is Himanshu. I'm the co-founder and CFO for a startup called Car Easy. So we are building India's first B2B and B2C car washing and car detailing platform. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Raj. I'm the co-founder of Plus. We are building a fintech app for homemakers for India.
Hi, my name is Krishna. I am co-founder and CEO of a company called Listen. We are one of the largest mental health company in India in a short period of time and trying to solve a very big problem in a very unique way, more when we meet.
I'm Veer Mishra and I'm the co-founder of Plus along with Raj.
Hi, I am Nimit Agrawal. I'm co-founder of Ayush Pay. So we are building Naya Bharat Ka Suraksha Kavach, healthcare for 90 crore Indians who does not have access to any kind of insurance at just 100 rupees a month.
Wonderful. Okay. Super.
Thank you.
We also have thank you, Neeraj. We also have a bunch of Elevate startups here. There. Yeah. We've started reaching out to a group, and we'll have a bunch of Elevate startups as well joining the
please.
gang. So I think on that note, thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.
So Rajesh, back to you. And we'll make sure that there's enough time for this rich group to network and have dinner.
Okay, so thanks everybody. I think with all that you've heard over the last, about an hour, maybe more than an hour, I'm going to kind of and since we didn't actually get too many questions, so I'm going to take the liberty of maybe asking a question, and I'm going to become a little theatrical at this point of time. So if to this particular August gathering I were to ask a question right now, how's the Josh? What would be the answer? Thank you. Okay, so there we are. Thank you. On that note, we'll wind up for today. Yeah, and we'll move on to dinner and everything else that follows. Yeah. Thank you so much.